In lesson 2, we will study basic process in system development. In ergonomics, each of the human machine and environment has an effect on the complete system. The basic components of each are A. Human components, which includes sensors or sensors, through which the human is made aware of its surroundings. Human being has 5 senses, namely sight, hearing, touch, taste and smell. Information processor. This includes joints, muscles and memory to provide information and feedback, and brain to act as information processing system. Effectors. The 3 primary effectors are the hands, feet and voice. However, the whole body can be regarded as effector because no physical activity can be carried out without its supporting role. Hence, human components consist of sensors, information processor and effectors. In B, machine components, it includes displays, controls and controlled process. Displays. This include gauges, dials, meters, indicators, etc. and provide information about status and working of machine to the operator. Controls. These include components of machine like steering wheel, accelerator, clutch, brake, lever, etc. through which human changes and control action of machine. Control process. This is the basic operation of machine in its local environment as controlled by the human. C. Local environment. It's the place and circumstances in which work carried out. It consists of 3 subtopics, which is workspace, physical environment, work organization. Workspace. It is a 3-dimensional space in which work is being carried out. It is decided by dimensions of the machine, anthropometry of human and space required for activities of human and machine. Physical environment. It means the local environment factors having a bearing on the complete system. It includes noise, vibrations, lights, exhaust, climate, etc. Work organization. It refers to the organizational structure in which work activity is embedded. It includes role of human and machine in system, organization and other person of the team upon which the performance depends. Objectives of the ergonomics. While planning of the human factors in ergonomics, the objectives and end goal required is to be taken into consideration. These objectives may be one or a combination of the following. A. Basic objective to improve system performance, to reduce errors, to increase safety. 3 important basic objectives are to improve the system performance, to reduce errors and to increase safety. B. Objectives concerning users and operators. It includes to increase ease of use, to reduce fatigue and physical stress, to improve the working environment, to increase user acceptance, to improve aesthetic appearance. Objectives concerning liability and logistic support. It includes to improve liability, to reduce maintenance, to reduce labor requirement, to reduce training requirement. Other objectives. It includes to improve system efficiency, to reduce cost of production. Human technology interaction. On one hand, human is there, on other technology is there. So, ergonomics and technology have a specific role to play with each other. The technology can be defined as entire system of people and organizations, knowledge, process, and devices that go into creating and operating technological artifacts. Technology is a product and process involving both science and engineering. Engineering represents design under constraints, cost, reliability, safety, environmental impact, ease of use, available human and material resources, manufacturability, government regulations, laws, and politics. Ergonomics discovers and applies information about human behavior, abilities, limitations, and other characters to the design of tools, machines, systems, tasks, job, and environment for productive, safe, comfortable, and effective human use. The basic issues and processes covered under ergonomics for design and development are: human characteristics includes psychological aspects, physiological and anatomical aspects, group factors, individual differences, psychophysiological state variables, task-related factors. Information presentation and communication includes visual communication, auditory and other communication modalities, choice of communication media, person-machine dialogue mode, system feedback, error prevention and recovery, design of documents and procedures, user control features, language design, database organization and data retrieval, programming, debugging, editing and programming aids, software performance and evaluation, software design, maintenance and reliability. Display and control design includes input devices and controls, visual displays, auditory displays, other modality displays. Display and control characteristics, workspace and equipment design. It includes general workspace design and buildings, workstation design, equipment design. Environment includes illumination, noise, vibration, whole body movement, climate, altitude, depth and space, other environmental issues. System characteristics, general system features. Work design and organization includes total system design and evaluation, hours of work, that how many hours of work is allotted for staff, job attitudes and job satisfaction, job design, payment systems, selection and screening, training, supervision, use of support, technological and ergonomics, change, health and safety issues, general health and safety, etiology, injuries and illness, social and economic impact of the system, trade unions, employment, job security and job sharing, productivity, women and work, organizational design, education, law, privacy, family and home life, quality of working life, political comment and ethical considerations. Methods and techniques. There are different approaches and methods, techniques, measures. Factors considered in system development. Some of the important factors considered in design, testing, and evaluation of man-machine environment system are as listed by Dell and Widminster in 1993. A. Anthropometric, biomechanical, and physiological factors. 1. Are the difference in human body size accounted for by the design? Have the right anthropometric tables been used for specific population? Are the body joints close to neutral positions? Is the manual work performed close to the body? Are any forward bending or twisted trunk postures involved? Are sudden movements and force exertion prevalent? Is there a variation in worker posture and movements? Is the duration of any continuous muscular effort limited? Are the breaks of sufficient length and spread over the duration of the task? Is energy consumption for each manual task limited? Now, factors related to posture, which include sitting and standing. Is sitting, standing alternated, standing, sitting, and walking? Is the work height dependent on the task? Is the height of the work table adjustable? Are the height of the seat and backrest of the chair adjustable? Is the number of chair adjustment possibilities limited? Have a good seating instructions being provided? Is a footrest used where the work height is fixed? Has work above the shoulder or with hands behind the body been avoided? Are excessive reaches avoided? Is there enough room for the legs and feet? Is there a sloping work surface for leading tasks? Have a combined sit and stand workplaces have been introduced? Are handles of tools bent to allow for working with the straight wrists? Factors related to manual materials handling, which includes lifting, carrying, pushing, and pulling loads. Have tasks involved manual displacement of loads been limited? Have optimum lifting conditions been achieved? Is anybody required to lift more than 25 kg? Have lifting tasks been assessed using the NIOSH method? Are hand grips fitted to the loads to be lifted? Is more than one person involved in lifting or carrying tasks? Are there mechanical aids for lifting or carrying available and used? Is the weight of the load carried limited according to recognized guidelines? Is the load held as close to the body as possible? Are pulling and pushing force limited? Are trolleys fitted with appropriate handles and hand grips? Factors related to the design of tasks and jobs. Does the job consist of more than one task? Has a decision been made about allocating tasks between people and machines? Do workers performing the task contribute to problem solving? Are difficult and easy tasks performed interchangeably? Can workers decide independently on how the tasks are carried out? Are there sufficient possibilities for communication between workers? Is sufficient information provided to control the task assigned? Can the group take part in management decisions? Are shift workers given enough opportunities to recover? Factors related to information and control tasks. Information. Has an appropriate method of displaying information been selected? Is information presentation as simple as possible? Has the potential confusion between characters been avoided? Has the correct character letter size been chosen? Have text with capital letters only been avoided? Have familiar typefaces been chosen? Is the text background contrast good? Are the diagrams easy to understand? Have the pictograms been used properly? Are sound signals reserved for warning purposes? Control. Is the sense of touch used for feedback from controls? Are differences between controls distinguishable by touch? Is the location of controls consistent and is efficient space being provided? Have the requirements for control display compatibility been considered? Is the type of cursor control suitable for the intended task? Is the direction of control movements consistent with human expectations? Are the controls objectives clear from the position of the controls are controls within easy reach of female workers, are labels or symbols identifying controls used properly, is the use of color in controls design limited. Human-computer interaction is a human-computer dialogue suitable for the intended task. Is the dialogue self-destructive and easy to control by the user? Does the dialogue conform to the expectations on the part of the user? Is the dialogue error-tolerant, suitable for user learning? Has command language been restricted to experienced users? Have detailed menus been used for users with little knowledge and experience? Is the type of help menu fitted to the level of the user's ability? Has the QWERTY layout been selected for the keyboard? Has a logical layout been chosen for the numerical keypad? Is the number of functions keys limited? Has the limitations of speech in human computer dialogue been considered? Are touchscreen used to facilitate operation by inexperienced users? Environmental factors. It includes noise and vibration. Is the noise level at work below 85 decibels? Is there an adequate separation between workers and source of noise? Is the ceiling used for noise absorption? Are acoustic screens used? Are hearing conservation measures fitted to the user? Is personal monitoring to noise vibration used? Are the sources of uncomfortable and damaging body vibrations recognized? Is the vibration problem being solved at the source? Are machines regularly maintained? Is the transmission of vibrations prevented? Illumination is the light intensity for normal activities in the range of 200 to 800 luminex. Are large brightness differences in the visual field avoided? Are the brightness differences between task area, close surroundings and wider surroundings limited? Is the information easily legible? Is ambient lighting combined with localized lighting? Are light source properly screened? Can light reflections, shadows, or flickers from the fluorescent tubes be prevented? Climate. Are workers able to control the climate themselves? Is the air temperature suited to the physical demands of the task? Is the air prevented from becoming either too dry or too humid? Are drafts prevented? Are the material surfaces that have to be touched neither too cold nor too hot? Are the physical demands of the task adjusted to the external climate? Are undesirable hot and cold radiation prevented? Is the time spent in hot or cold environment limited? Is special clothing used when spending long periods in hot or cold environments? So these are the issues which are related to the basic process in system development. Thank you very much.